Hey guys, this is Jay Calderon here, kind of talking about the now canceled bout between Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence, which was to take place in a couple weeks at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, on pay-per-view for the welterweight title of the world, now being canceled because a retina injury has postponed the fight for Errol Spence. Now, according to reports, Yordenis Ugas will be the replacement opponent for Pacquiao, who was already scheduled to be on the card, I believe, in the co-featured bout of the evening. He's, of course, now moving up to the main event to face Pacquiao, so the event in its entirety doesn't have to be canceled. Of course, quite a bit of a letdown here. Could have been really such a great fight. It was really looking to be one of the better fights of the year, just in the sense that it's two great fighters really have quite a bit on the line here. This could have been a sort of career defining fight for Errol Spence in the sense that it really could have pushed him over the top as one of the better fighters of his generation. Even if Pacquiao is perhaps past his best days, it certainly was going to be one of those kind of fights for Spence, and it really could have been a career defining fight for Pacquiao in a lot of respects too. If he was able to beat at the very advanced age that he currently finds himself, the best 147 pounder in the world, when he has never truly been a completely natural welterweight in his own right, I mean, it would have been an astronomical accomplishment for the Filipino idol, and it's just unfortunate for both that they don't get to kind of take on that challenge. And for Pacquiao, in many respects, it's kind of an interesting one here because now he's facing, with much less on the line, in some ways a potentially tougher opponent, and I'll kind of get into what I mean by that. For starters, is he going to overlook someone like Ugas? Is he going to be able to make those sort of adjustments? Is he going to feel the letdown of not being able to fight Spence? All of these things are kind of questions we really don't have for Pacquiao. Throughout his career, he has been nothing but professional, so my presumption is going to be that he's going to remain as such. However, we've never seen him really in a position where he's had to deal with replacements or kind of sort of letdowns as this might have to be looked at, to be perfectly honest. And this is again nothing against Ugas, it's just the truth. It's really one of those situations where could this be the sort of proverbial banana peel that Pacquiao doesn't see coming, and he's going to have end up slipping up because he's just not in the fight he was expecting to be in or the fight he was wanting to be in. And again, this leads into the other reason, which is that Ugas isn't a slouch. He's a tricky guy who knows how to neutralize active, aggressive fighters, the way he did against Sean Porter, for example. Whether regardless of the result of that fight, he did tremendously well against the American. And while Pacquiao and Porter don't have the exact same style, they're both aggressive fighters that Ugas was able to deal with pretty well in the case of Porter. So you do have to look at how this is going to match up. There could have been something that Team Pacquiao saw in Spence to exploit that they're now going to have to completely rework for a very different style of opponent. The most important thing, though, is Ugas is a very confident guy who has no real reason to not be confident. And quite frankly, I think he knows that this is a lottery winning ticket for him. And if he can just get past Pacquiao, the sky is the limit for him. And he then gets into all these big name fights because he's the guy who beat the guy. And, you're going to want to try to get that rub. And it's not just a situation where he's facing a prime Pacquiao where maybe he doesn't feel he can win. At this point, he should feel he can win. Whether or not he does is inconsequential. He should feel that he's able to. So it's a very interesting fight in its own way. Of course, a letdown not getting Spence Pacquiao, but this is certainly a decent fight in its own right. Let me know what you guys think of it, though. How bummed are you for the cancellation? What do you think of Ugas as the replacement opponent? And who do you think is going to win that fight? Let me know down in the comments. We'd love to hear all that. Please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Follow me on Twitter at jcalderon_JOB. You can email me at junboxing@gmail.com. And of course, visit junboxing.com for schedule, results, betting odds, rankings, all that good stuff. And as always, until next time.